on the question of power, which sort of started this particular part of the conversation. I'm actually doing a talk tomorrow, a virtual talk on diversity, equity, inclusion, the way ahead. It's a conference, and I'm doing the keynote. And or I don't know, think of it as keynote. It's like the first talk, which I think I'm supposed to be relevant but not heavy. Kind of set a good tone. And I've been reading a lot about what went wrong with DEI, what people think went wrong with DEI. And one of the phrases that I wrote down that I'm going to use tomorrow is that power corrupts purpose.
Mhm.
That from what I've read, what I've understood, that after the George Floyd tragedy, DEI ideas became really powerful in a lot more organizations. And there's a sense so if you have an idea, you want to make it so. You want to make it exist. You want to give it life. But there's a paradox or enigma. I can never use any of those words correctly. Irony, paradox, enigma, I don't know. But anyway, that power corrupts the purpose.
Mm.
Or it certainly can. Doesn't I don't think it has to, but it certainly can. And it might, given human frailty, it might become
Did Carmen just freeze?
Yeah. She did.
they
Oh,
become
there.
powerful, and they become powerful for a really good reason. But um, by becoming powerful, they get tempted or fall into these practices that corrupt their purpose.
That is.
What
Oh,
was the subject of that sentence?
yeah, but you froze for a second.
Oh, I know. I
Who's
noticed that
they
I
who
got a
get
little signal. So,
who's
what I
they who
wanted
get powerful? Yeah,
people gain power,
yeah.
and then for a purpose, because they want to make what they believe to be a positive change. But the very act of becoming powerful, it doesn't have to corrupt your purpose, but it almost seems like it's rare for people to avoid that the power corrupts the purpose.
But
Anyway, I
I
just wanted to share that because you said you were really interested in power, and that was something that came to my mind just yesterday, actually.
I think there's a corollary there, Carmen, that I also want Josh and Daria to speak to if you think that this is also a corollary. But I think this is a corollary, which is that when the vision is to try to change people, change the culture, change anything, and you legislate and regulate that change, that never works as a way to change culture.
Oh, absolutely. That is one of uh, a culture of compliance is a, a very uh, strong way to go. I mean, it's not always the wrong way to go, like traffic signals, compliance, good. But
Kind of beyond that, though.
yeah.
Yeah. All right, Josh and Daria, go for it. Solve this problem.
I'm going to start by saying that as Josh was saying, like I have a vision and I want to make it happen. One of the things actually,
You want to share it, not necessarily me.
I
Anyway,
think you said like I want to
maybe I
make it
did.
happen.
Okay, fine. I'm probably.
I mean, because there is, right?
Sure,
Like,
okay.
wouldn't that be nice at some level? But I think the deeper truth is actually I can be a lot less attached to it than what people experience when they experience me in a passionful state, I think. And it's one of the things that I feel like I've been learning over and over and over again is like, you just don't know. I'm not supposed to be a rabbi because I'm a Hebrew school dropout. So why would I be a rabbi married to a rabbi when I was like, Judaism in the synagogue? And I wasn't going to have children because the state of the world, like 30, 45 years ago, whatever, a number of like years ago, was a mess then, and I didn't want to bring kids into it. So what am I doing with 2 children? Right? And then on and on. There's a number of different things I could keep going of like why I'm not supposed to be here right now in this situation. Right? The last one was last spring when Zeb said to me, my younger son, I need to homeschool. And I was like, right, I'd learned this lesson enough to have it on my radar so that when he said that, and I knew that that was the last thing on my, what I call my I never bucket list. I never am going to be a homeschool mom. Like I said that to people. I know it's true about me. Well, except for when Zev, and I know our relationship and I know him and I know da da da. So I cross my T's and I dot my I's because that's what our trained linear minds need to do to make sure we've done everything the right way because I was going to be a math science major and like da da da. And so I do that, but I know in my heart it's a waste of time because this is just actually the real truth is that it can be a lot more fun to have questions and to be in the questions and the not knowing can be so juicy and fun and possible. So I was just writing that some of that down also as we were speaking in the earlier part of just like how much more fun it can be to get curious.